Continue on I-95 south for 3/4 of a mile. In half a mile, take exit 138 for US 64 west toward Nashville.
I know I'm super early this morning. Y'all probably tripping out like, Cap, what you doing up? Doing a live stream this early?
Take exit 138, then slide right onto the US 64 west
as
road.
y'all can hear the lady talking, I'm traveling. I'm actually traveling down to, I'm actually Shalom, Cap, up already.
Slide right onto the US 64
I just
west
dropped
road.
off your stuff too, Sheena. I just dropped your stuff off, I think yesterday? Yes, I think yesterday. I believe yesterday. I dropped your stuff off. So I'm up early, traveling down to North Carolina. And the inspiration for this live actually is the brother from Australia is the inspiration for this particular live. Well, when I'm saying inspiration for this live, not the subject, but me going live. Like I wasn't planning on going live at all. I didn't think so. And then he messaged me because he finally got his stuff. So he finally got his product. So because he got his product, I said, let me go live. So I want to shout out, I'm on the wrong one. I want to shout out Whack, right? Whack 100, the whole 100 side squad. The reason why I'm shouting out Whack, so Whack is interviewing, I'm going to tell you, so Whack, so y'all see in the title, I got the two bloggers, Sin City Manny, I believe. Is it Sin City Manny? Let me get the right name. Yeah, Sin City Manny is a YouTuber from Vegas, hence the term Sin City. Currently in jail because he unalived Bibby and I believe their name. Let me just get their name. He unalived Bibby and Finny. Sad. It's a sad, extremely sad story. And so Wack is interviewing a brother that knew in some capacity both of them. At the time of Bibby and Finny being shot, and I'm saying passing, but they was really murdered. But YouTube didn't let you use those words. So I'm using passing because they won't let you use, YouTube will strike you or mess with your channel if you use certain words. And so Wack is interviewing him. And before I get into the story, the funny part now, I happen to start driving at like maybe 2 in the morning. Wack and him is on West Coast time. So when I hop on the live, I see Wack is live and I'm like, what is he live about? And here's the funny part. So a lot of Israelites follow Wack. They don't want to admit that they follow Wack, but a lot of Israelites follow Wack, right? And so this Israelite is listening. So I'm listening, and then I hear, and then all of a sudden I hear Wack say, "Oh, these was Israelites? These was Israelites? I got to talk to Cat." Why? And I'm like, why is he saying they Israelites? And it's almost like clout chasing gone wrong. Because if you tell Wack that these are Israelites, Wack gonna assume that I know them, I know about it, and why didn't the Israelites do anything to prevent it? But what the brother was really just saying is that these is Israelites in the world. So now while I'm driving, I gotta type in now Wack, they ain't Israelites. They are Israelite, like how I would say Wack is an Israelite, but Wack is gonna say he's not an Israelite. But in the middle of that, Wack is breaking down the Israelite tribe, like how I taught him how to break down the Israelite tribe. I'm headed to North Carolina. So I thought that was crazy. But what's crazier than all of that is this brother, man, and YouTube. And y'all remember the other day. So do y'all remember the other day that I said phone number? I didn't share this nowhere, but I will put my phone number if y'all want to call in. I will give way if y'all want to call in. Let me put my number in the chat. Hold on, let me put my number in the chat if y'all want to call in. So it's a video I want to show, and I want to talk about the dangers. Y'all remember just the other day I was saying, when I was coming up, we had a phrase called "sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me." Well, this go a little bit more beyond words, because from the interview, and let me see if I can get a call already. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
From Los Angeles.
What's going on? You got a question or comment?
Yeah, I got a comment. Can you able to talk right now? I saw you was driving.
Yeah, I'm able to talk right now.
Okay. Just a little FYI, maybe you can educate me on why, but the Israelite family base, and I'm talking about all camps, why can't they take the attitude or the understanding that the Most High could have different departments like Air Force, Marines, Secret Service, county, state, and each camp, excuse me?
I said, I didn't say anything. I just say,
Oh, okay. Yeah, so each camp is their own proper entity inside the Most High. Like, you don't hear the Marines talking about the armies. Like, they've learned to coincide and use their powers to take over. So I would, if you can educate me why that's not happening, because I know they're powerful and educated brothers. Why do they have to always try to tear down instead of, saying, okay, we can coexist. I'll control the air, you control this, and
Well, we are. Well,
you understand?
I do, but we are. Well, ISBK, we already. That's how we function. When you mention unite the Marines, the Army, and the Navy, they're all under the United States. That's why you don't hear them talking about each other. They're already in the military. Like, President Trump is the commander-in-chief of all four air forces, all four forces that you mentioned. You know that, right?
Yes.
Right, so they are already in agreement to be under that one president. The problem with these Israelite groups is that they don't want to be under nothing. They're all under themselves. So that's why...
Shouldn't the...
Yeah, I'm listening.
I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, shouldn't the Most High law be the commander-in-chief?
The law is words. There's always a man. Like Peter was the commander-in-chief. Like Peter is an example of being like a commander-in-chief, and then Paul came and brought his, James, John, all of them like that, but they was all under Christ. So we all are under Christ, and we should be all under one body. When you say camps, right? When you say camps,
yes,
you're talking about the body of ISBK that was established in 1969. And so because those different men broke off, they created the problem. So the House of David created the problem. The GMSs created the problem. The House of Israel they all created. Now, when I'm saying created the problem, based on your question. So at one point, and here's the crazy part. You know how you hear like of Sons of Thunder, for example, right? You ever heard that? You know of that, right? And when IK was established, there was a Sons of Thunder camp. Like that existed under ISBK. Like Sons of Thunder is in the Bible, I believe. I think the Johns, Zebedee were called the Sons of Thunder. But in Shalom, but in ISBK there was a Sons of Thunder. So Shield of Wisdom was another one. Like the camp names that you see today started in ISBK. And so what happens now when they start breaking off, that's why you see the acronyms that you see, because even the acronyms of different camp names started in the original ISBK. The Commander General Hunter is still in. So all of that foundation that you're asking about was always in ISBK, but then they broke off. And so the one thing that you'll notice, ISBK, we don't really use those acronyms. I believe I want to shout out Thabawan and Gadaiwan, Thabawan and Cali, Gadaiwan and in Austin. they have begun to use Sons of Thunder. But for the most part, the reason why ISUBK, we don't really use those names anymore is because what happened when those names was created, it created a necessary dissension. So what started happening is you got Shields of Wisdom, you got Sons of Thunder, even Rum Gadol. They'll tell you that they were Rum when they were in ISUBK. So it's not that you couldn't have these different branches, but the problem with those branches is that they started thinking that they were entities separate from the tree. So if the tree is ISUBK and that camp name is a branch off of it, that's what started happening. That was the problem. Ego, pride, and having a conversation gotta happen. Like, and it seems like I have this conversation like every other day, but I tried inviting IUIC when I went to Atlanta. I tried inviting them. You remember when, before we found out Sakari was gay, I had invited Sakari and Atlanta. I had invited Sakari and Atlanta to ISUBK. Sakari answered the call. They came, and then we worked out the differences. And so you had heard of no issues between ISUBK and Sakari after that. Now, of course, now that we found out that they're a gay group, I will never let that rest, because people still keep, they can still go teach and they cannot. So, but I invited IUIC, but they never even came to have the conversation. So from my side, I'm like, with all the trash that we talk, like, I've extended the olive branch to them. I've extended the olive branch to Zabak. I've extended the olive branch to all of them. None of them will not be able to tell you that I've not said, let's at least have the conversation. And then if they decide not to have it, that's on them.
Okay, one more thing. I know you got other callers in this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Because if we could buy a state, like you said, build your own homes, grow your own food, that would be in the right direction. Because it just seems like we, I hate to say it, like we niggas just crazy, just running around hollering, and it's just like we can do so much more as a full fist than,
So now my question to you, are you in a school?
I'm looking for one right now. I called you the other day. I called your boy, and
okay,
because I moved from Los Angeles to Louisiana, and I'm looking for one right now. Your boy's line was busy. I don't know if he was busy. I'll try again today.
Yeah, did you text or leave a message?
No, I didn't. I tried.
You got it. No, but so sometimes, I know for me, now I'm not saying this is the brother in Louisiana, but if somebody calls me and they don't text and leave a message, I don't know if that's a random call. I don't know if that's a bot call, a spam call, bill collector. You don't know. So that's why you always want to leave a message, especially if I gave you the number, because if he don't answer, you can text him and say, hey, I was given this number by Captain Tazaryach to see about the school. Now that lets you know it's not a spam call, because I'm pretty sure you get calls, and if you don't know the number, they don't leave a message. Right, and you ain't gonna respond. Right, so you gotta keep that in mind when you call anybody. You want to make sure that you leave a detailed message, let them know what it's about. Like my mother, I'll give a funny. Yesterday, my mother called me. I didn't get the call, and then she texted me in all caps that she wanted these oils. Now, she ain't texting me. I might have thought it ain't important because she ain't leaving me a message. But she left a message, and so now I give her a call back. So you want to make sure you do those things.
My fault. Okay.
All right. Yeah, so I will reach out to him today, and if he don't answer, just do that.
I will. And you know what? Real quick, the last time I talked to you, brother, you was about to go into the gym and work out, but I was talking about the proving of our mate.
Proving of a woman?
Of the woman and the man.
Right.
There's some people you can look at, and to each his own, they drop dead gorgeous. You know what I mean?
Right.
And when you're proving someone and you're not talking to that drop dead gorgeous person, you have more discipline in following the laws and proving a person. But if you happen to go on an outing and you see that type,
caller, hold on.
my temptation that could.
I'm gonna tell you. You see how you said proven for the woman and the man, right? I'm assuming the man is yourself, right?
No. I'm just using. I
got you. I got you. You using from both sides. But now, what I want to add though is now I'm talking from a man picking a woman, because the example you gave was a man when he's picking a woman that's not as gorgeous, he's more inclined to test her as opposed to the one that is drop dead gorgeous, right? That's what you're saying, right?
Well, you'll be able, if your favorite ice cream is chocolate, you can turn down the rest of the items or the flavors.
Right.
But when you get around chocolate, a different chocolate, it's more temptation. So when the woman or the man, that person that that's really not your temptation,
right,
lustful, when you're going, like if you're inside the camps and you're going and you're proving like, okay, well, I can do all these things because ain't none of them around. But then you go to Chicago and you're there's my type, there's my temptation.
Yeah, so your temptation is usually your demon. That's your weakness. Because,
correct.
Like, you gotta, especially us as Israelites, a man, and I'm using a man because you used a man in the analogy, right?
Okay.
As a man, if you still picking women as you did in the world and not as an Israelite, then you have not even matured enough to even pick a woman. The Bible says two things. The jewel of the beauty of a woman without discretion is like a jewel in a swine's snout. That's what the Bible says. So that woman could be beautiful, but if she don't have discretion, she's gonna be horrible to you. Now here's the problem. We never think to pick a woman that has discretion if she's beautiful. If she's beautiful, you're gonna let whatever she does slide because she's beautiful. And that's you gaping.
Correct.
Right, that's you gaping like a lap. Yeah, and as an Israelite man, you can pick that same way. Like you could, like you should. We should never think ourselves is above that, because like you said, if you get around all that chocolate and you picking that woman the same exact way, then you have not properly learned how to pick a woman. Because in essence, whether that woman is what you would consider a dime or whether that woman is what you would consider a 5, the way that you pick them should matter. Because you're the one, it's almost like they got to be worthy to receive your rod, to receive your strength, to receive your instruction, to receive your finances. And just because she's pretty, that shouldn't matter. Just because
I agree.
You understand? So, but we are so superficial. Like we superficial first, spiritual second. When we got to be the other.
After we get what we want, be spiritual.
Yeah, exactly. When in choosing a woman, you have to choose it spiritual first. That, like, if you want to know how you choose a mate, it has to be spiritual first. Physical is easy as hell. It's very easy. You know how many big butts is out there, big breasts, pretty lips, pretty eyes. It's an abundance. It's an abundance.
I know people.
Let me finish, brother. It's an abundance of women like that. You know how many men that are tall, your skin complexion, got muscles, and some money? It's plenty of them out there. What's not plenty is men and women that fear the Lord. And when it comes to choosing a mate, you should find one that fears the Lord. And there's some beautiful women that fear the Lord. There's some handsome men that fear the Lord. Pause. I got to say that for my New York people. So the first thing you want to start with when choosing a mate is how much do they love the Most High? Now, when you go in to meet them, you want to be selective about where you meet them. That whole club scene, I wouldn't meet no woman in the club scene. You can't say you can't meet a woman online. You can't say you can't meet a man online, especially in this day and age. But even when you meet online, you got to look at online as the club scene. So what's the club scene online? When you go on their pages and it's vanity all over there. That's the club scene. What I mean by vanity, they got a million pictures of themselves. They are full of themselves. And then the type of pictures matter. If they got all pictures of them showing their physique, showing their body, showing their face and teeth and lips and lipstick and hands and nails and stuff like that, you got to look at that, because that's the new club scene. Social media, they damn near almost all butt naked on there. That's where so if you want to go to picking a mate, you want to start at what you see visually and spiritually. That's how you want to pick a mate.
I agree. But when I tell people about
I'll give you, this will be the last exchange, because I do got another call, but go ahead.
All right. Mm-hmm. Well, okay. All right. Well, brother, I have a million questions, so go ahead with the other call.
I was giving you one more. I said this is the last exchange, not that you couldn't say nothing else. I was just letting you know this was the last one.
No, but that was just the proving was something I'm telling my brothers on how to choose, because if we don't choose properly, it makes our life a lot harder. But the main reason I wanted to make sure about that, that we could come together, if we could stop all this.
You shouldn't be teaching brothers anything until you're taught. Hebrews 5 and 12 says before you can become a teacher, you must first be taught.
I agree with that. And I do know, okay, let me say this. What I'm saying, once you prove someone and you're with them, that temptation.
That's mate. I'm not talking about a mate. What I just said was, you said you try to teach brothers. What I'm saying is you can't teach anybody until you're taught first. That's what I'm saying.
And you know what? I have to agree.
Caller, hold on.
When would you say
to the caller that just joined, you got to mute your phone. 1 second. Thank you.
So when would you say the to teach? Because
when you get in class, no. You haven't learned yet till you got in class. You are with the learning that you're talking about is probably self-learning. So you probably watch some ISBK, you probably watch other classes, you probably watch this, and whatever resonates with you, that's what you consider learning. What I'm talking about is when you sit up under somebody. Like I sat at the foot of Commander General Yohanan, General Hyman, and generals until I was learned enough to be able to be a teacher, and they told me when I was a teacher. I didn't even tell myself when I was a teacher. I was told when I was a teacher.
Okay.
All right.
I agree with that. I'll take that, brother.
No sweat. Make sure you. Hey, love to you too, brother. Make sure you call that number. All right. And if they don't answer, make sure you text. All right. No sweat. Next person.
All right, bro.
Got you. No problem. Next person on the line is Hamilton. It says it's Sharice Hamilton.
Yeah, Shalom. How much from Shalom back, man?
Shalom. Yep, from Shalom. What's going on now?
I was just thinking the church. I wanted to ask you. I got one scripture question.
Go ahead.
I got So, what is the breakdown of like the horseman? Because as I read in Zechariah, I know it comes up in Revelation. So in Zechariah 1, he having a vision, and he sees the horse, and it say, and the angel tells him what it is, and it say, these are those that go to and fro. So is that just angels that he's seeing? Other angels?
Yeah, so the horses in Zechariah is different from the horses in Revelation 6, I believe. You would have to read some more of it just for me to confirm. The horses in Revelations are spirits that go out in the earth. And Zacharias, I mean, you could kind of say it's similar. You said in Zacharias, it says what? Zechariah 1 and what?
8. I can read it, please.
Yes, please.
The book of Zechariah 1 and 8. I saw by night, and behold, a man riding upon a red horse, who stood among myrtle trees. that was in the bottom, and behind him were the red horses, speckled in white. 9 said, then said I, O my Lord, what are these? And the angel that talked with me said unto me.
So it's the same concept. So, got you. So it's the same concept, like both Revelation 6 and Zechariah 1. It's just different horses. Like, so you see how this one said these horses was red and white? The horses in Revelations, I believe, are black, pale, white. So they're just different, and red, I believe. So it's just different horses, and it's more specific what each horse is doing, but the concept in Revelation 6 and Zechariah 1 is the same. How it says these be spirits, so it's the same. Now, let me make sure it could be the same. Just saw about night. Yeah, okay, no problem. You understand now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want a confirmation on that. I got another question for you. I asked for the presentation of like the Gentiles you did.
Did you text me did you text me your email?
Oh God, yeah. I finished it. You saw it while you was in class, so you probably
yeah, text it to me when you get off the phone, and then I'll send it to you today.
Okay. One more thing, Cap.
Yeah.
When you go do interviews, do you reach out to places, or you just let them reach out?
It's both. Sometimes I reach out to a lot of different places for interviews, and then sometimes I'm reached out to.
I watch. I don't know if you know Corey Holden.
Yeah.
How you feel about that brother?
Yeah, I will go. I haven't reached out to him, but I would go on there.
Yeah, because he be talking about the Bible, man. And I'm like, he be insufferable, but he be, you see the contradictions in the church, so he be calling that out, like he was talking about the law the other day, talking about Cam Newton's legs.
Yeah, that's gay. Both of them gay to me. Let me tell you why both of them are gay. Because why would you oil up your legs to do an interview with a man and then have your legs crossed? Cam Newton is gay, and that pastor's gay.
Yeah, real.
Just think of before you go. Just think about that. So the man know he about to interview that pastor, right? And so he getting dressed up for the interview. Like, yeah, I'm gonna wear this. I'm gonna put this on her. What was in his mind when he said, I'm gonna wear these shorts with my legs out? Then I'm gonna cross my legs so you can see them.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, definitely feminine for sure.
Definitely, brother. All right, but I appreciate the call. Don't forget to text me, and when I finish driving, I'll send you the PowerPoint.
All right, so thank you.
All right, no sweat. Shalom, Lord Christ. All right. Next caller, it says on my phone, Janique Angela.
Hey, shalom, Cap.
Hey, shalom. What's going on? You got a question or comment?
Yeah, I just got a quick question for you, Brian. I ain't gonna hold you too long.
Okay.
So, what do you say to our black men out here that say that they've tried to make it work with black women and they just can't seem to make it work, so they've moved on to other races of women?
I would say they lying, because if you interested in a woman, you don't have to say that. Like if you just let's say if when you hear that, they make it an excuse because they know they full of shit, and it's like their prepared statement for when someone you ever see how like a drug addict, they get clean, and then when they go get back high, they make the excuse as to why they had to get back high when they really just wanted to get high again. But they make an excuse like, oh, I was stressed. It was my birthday. It was this. It was that.
Life is hard.
Life is hard and all that. Yeah, black man that makes that excuse. Let's say if a black man just dated white women, is dating a white woman, and they say, oh, why did you get with her? And he says, well, I met her in high school. We worked together, or we played video games, and saw her at the gym and was interested in her, and doesn't add nothing about a black woman in it. He might be telling the truth, just might. But 99.99999% of black men that date white women, they always start off by saying, I tried it with black women. Black women too loud, black women too this. The minute you have to put the minute that you got to put down your female counterpart is how you know they full of shit.
Man, see, I just feel like personally, I mean, for me, I've been with my real 17 years. Ain't never been nothing but a sister for me personally.
Right.
But I when I hear brothers say that, I understand what they're saying as far as going through shit in the struggle. But I also feel like it got a lot to do with where you at as a man in your life and where you get your shit together personally.
Yeah,
right.
That's the other part. Right. That's the other part.
With all that being said, I just feel like you could never give up on something that's so abundant. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that and if actually, and what I usually say, well, how many black women you been with? 3. You've been on. So you had 3 women, and that's the sum total of all black women. Then I asked her, where you meeting them at? Listen, I had this nigga text me. Let me tell you something. So a lot of people text and call to want to get advice. So I have this nigga text me. This nigga texts me and he says, I need some advice, Cap. I think he was like 52 or 3 or something like that. And he's dating a woman. She's 32, but he has a daughter that's 36. And he was like, what should I do? So the first thing I said to him, I said, well, the age, she's of age. She is 32, but of course the age gap is the issue. I said, is your daughter, is this something where your daughter has a problem with it? And so as I'm texting him back, I guess he didn't see that text yet. But then he says, yeah, I met her at the strip club and stuff like that. And so when he says I meet her at the strip club, now my whole thought process changed. And I says, you should not deal with this stripper at strip club. And he was like, yeah, but my boy's gonna feel some type of way if I don't deal with her and shit like that. And I told him, I said, brother, you can't deal with her. And if you're gonna deal with her, I said, I can't counsel. You shouldn't deal with her at all. Your sister, the part where they meeting the women that they're getting usually also represents the problem, which goes back to the previous caller.
There's a 5-minute slowdown caused by a crash on I-440 West in 5 miles.
Which goes to the
You're still on the fastest route.
Which goes to the previous caller when he was talking about picking a me. So how you picking a woman at the strip club and then think that's going to be a woman that's going to treat you right, deal with you right? And that let me know about him. He loved to have sex with hoes. So that plays a part too. So when black men say that they try, the same thing with black women. When black women say, I tried a black man, I guarantee you the type of man that they pick and the type of woman that they pick says more about them than the woman or man that they pick.
Appreciate it, Dad. I ain't gonna hold you too long, my brother.
No sweat, I appreciate it. You too, brother. All right. Hey, I timed out that brother, that cat, Choctaw Judah. I don't mind you, I don't even mind you really spamming the chat, but when I think his chats was in like all caps, like he was typing all caps and stuff like that. Say what you want, just keep it lowercase. Say what you want, just don't like spam it. But I don't know. You gotta do a little better than that. And you can call into the number. So I didn't hide the person. I didn't hide the Choctaw dude. I just timed him out for 5 minutes. So after 5 minutes, he can type again. But it does go into the subject I was talking about. So what I was saying earlier, so Wack interviewed one of the brothers that knew the person. So Wack interviewed, let me see. So if you go to the Hunter Show on YouTube, you'll see that Wack interviewed the friend of Finny, D. Ware. And he demanded a convo with Wack, which is weird, because Wack gonna give you what you want. So as they breaking down what happened, man, it's crazy. Like it's unfortunate. Like these brothers fought over YouTube views, YouTube clout, YouTube mods. So what the brother is breaking down is that the Sin City Manny is popular first. He was like the guy that everybody was kind of like central in Vegas, he kind of like brought everybody together. And then as they getting everybody together, people start branching out, and it becomes like a ownership. Yeah, the minute, yeah, I'm talking about the unaliving of that couple. So what I'm talking about, this married couple got shot live on YouTube. Now, you don't see them get shot on, the shooting takes place off camera, but you see the guy walk past them, and then the guy, they know that they enemies. So the guy, he sees the guy, Sin City Manny, walk past him, and he says, oh, there he goes right there, hook, 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 like that. But you know that y'all enemies. He was supposed to be on Shamar. Let me tell you, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Use the right 2 lanes
So
to take exit 3 for
when the Sin City Manny,
US 1 Wake Forest.
as other people start branching off, creating their own channels and stuff like that, this YouTube world, it almost reminds me of like what you see on Clubhouse when people crash out on Clubhouse, when people see each other on Clubhouse.
Use the right 2
Because what
lanes to
started
take exit
happening
3.
is Sin City Manny, if he saw somebody that was on his channel go on somebody else's channel, he start blocking them. So now they going and they on a whole YouTube war with each other. They doxing each other. Like the brother, the cat Sin City Manny makes a page where he says, I just quit smoking. So if you want my cigarettes, come to my address. But he put the guy Finny's address on it. So now people is coming to Finny's house saying, hey, I'm coming for the cigarettes. Finny don't smoke. He don't even know what they're coming for. That's what they're doing to each other. And then the guy Finny is trying to cut, or did get, the guy Sin City's account cut off. So they crashing out, like Chaos just said, we in the crash out era. So what they in this whole, I'm crashing out on you, I'm talking about you, I'm doing this on you, doing that on you. And prior to the shooting, and this is why, you know, in the Bible tells you that if a woman, like a woman gets judged or punished if she intervenes with 2 men fighting. That's in the Bible. If 2 men are fighting, that woman got to stay out of that fight. Let me see. I'm going to show you. 2 men. Hold up. Damn, I just fucked up. Hold on. Let me back that up. 2 men fighting. Woman in Bible. Let me see if I can find the scripture. Unless y'all know the scripture and y'all can give it to me. Yeah, Deuteronomy 25:11. If 2 men fighting and the wife of one draws near to rescue her husband from the hand of one attack him and puts out her hand and seizes him by the genitals, they shall cut her off. Now I shall not pity you. Like the woman. So when Finny's wife saw, now this is before the shooting take place. When Finny's wife sees Manny did something to a female, another female YouTuber. So when Finny's wife sees Manny, the wife gets all up in his face, doing all type of stuff. He pepper sprays her. Now this happens before the shooting, which is one thing. See, I just asked Choctaw not to do the all caps. Choctaw, I'm gonna give you 1 shot. Don't put all caps. That's all I ask. Don't put all caps. All right? You can type your stuff, just don't put all caps. So the woman gets in his face and he pepper sprays her. So now you know that this is not a friendly, you're not friends with this guy, Manny. I'm tripping on how do you see him in the city while you doing live and your antenna don't go off, you just chuckle like, oh, there go Manny. I would have never done that. If I would have saw somebody, I'll give y'all an example. I remember, man, I talk trash. Listen, I learned this lesson. Like, I talk a lot of trash to a lot of people. I remember in that Kemet world, I was talking trash to Seti, I was talking trash to Shaka. And I remember, y'all know me, I was calling Shaka gay, I was doing all of that. And one day, I'm at the rec center. So we used to have classes at this rec center at 2 East 115th Street, right? And me and Zakar are standing outside of the rec center. I see Shaka. Shaka comes around the corner. He's walking around the corner. Now, I'm leaning on the car at first. Now, I see him walking off the corner. So all I do is just stand up. That's all. I just stand up because I'm like, okay, what's about to happen? And I'm prepared to, whatever gonna go down. But Shaka shows his teeth. He laughing. He's like, oh, I go to this gym. So he became a friendly, but my antenna went up. I remember when I seen Seti. I'll never forget when I seen Seti. I seen Seti at the, they had this conference. This was when Young Pharaoh was still sane. This was Unk. This is all of them was clashing. To give y'all a timeline, this was December of 2015. I want to say it was like December 12th of 2015. Don't ask me how I remember these dates. But it was December of 2015. And this is when Unk and all of them had came in front of the camp. I had my afro out. And me and Young Pharaoh had that conversation. It was the next day. If somebody got that video of her trying to fight Manny, send me that video. I want that video because that video tells a lot. But the day of, me and Zakar is walking to this conference, and I see Seti walking with somebody, and guess what Seti doing? Seti getting high as hell. And I never forget when I see Seti, I don't know how he gonna act. He said, what's going on, Tazaryach? You know we doing evil like we do. That's what Seti said. But my antennas is always up because you never know what you're gonna get from these people at all. But if you see they show their teeth, then you leave it just like that. And so for that woman to jump in his face, first of all, that shows that husband ain't got no control over that woman. Because that woman should not have went in his face. So he was right to pepper spray her. But to come back shooting, they not supposed to get unalive for that. But that's the danger. That's what this YouTube world is creating. Now that ain't no different. This is how you know you can't blame what they call YNs because these is grown people. Grown people doing this doxing, getting YouTube accounts clipped, messing with people's money because the cat Sin City was supposedly making about 10, 15 grand a month. And then Finny comes, gets rid of his YouTube channel. How do you get rid of the YouTube channel and then not expect some violence? Not be on guard if you out here doing this. If you out here doing that, how do you not expect that? And that's what we seeing. And then the cat talk about he claiming self-defense. There ain't no self-defense because the sad part, and here's how people incriminate themselves. The sad part is the guy Manny is riding around on his YouTube channel saying he looking for him, saying I'm going to every hotel, every casino to look for him. You can argue that it's premeditated. When you say his wife was adulterous, I don't know what that part means about the wife being adulterous. Now, here's what I want to show y'all too. So the lesson to learn, like social media is the downfall. Social media is about to be the downfall, and it's the place where you can go for every lust you want.
In 1.5 miles,
it's about to be the downfall. Social
Road.
Media, think about this right here. This is what I wanted to say earlier when I said think about this. Think about this. Them young boys, y'all be seeing them videos where I seen this one video where this girl is talking trash to her op on her Instagram live. And then the op pulls up to where she's at, takes her phone, beats her up, takes her phone, and then now is live on that. Yeah, I'm the op, I beat her up. You hear about brothers getting shot over pull-ups over the internet. And now you're seeing YouTubers doing the same thing. That's the internet. Clubhouse do the same thing. You know how many times I done been so-called invited to fight on Clubhouse? I wish I would. Listen, I had a person call my phone, my iPhone, 2 days ago, telling me he wanted to fight. Some white guy said he wanted to fight. I called this white boy all type of F's. I called this white boy all type of yags. It was insane. Like, how do I feel? What do I look like giving you an address to come fight me? Like, what type of sense do that make, man? But that's the internet today. The internet is full of, and half of the shit, and here's the crazy part, and this is what Finny and them didn't realize. Finny and them thought it was a joke. You know how you know they thought it was a joke? He laughed when he saw Manny. When you should not have laughed with the things that he's done to you, what your wife was doing, and what he was, and what you was doing. That's the crazy part. The other story I want to show, and then I'm gonna go in a second. I think I'm getting to my ETA. I'm close as hell to my ETA now. So I'm about to go in a second, but I want to show y'all this video. I saw something on the internet. Utterly amazing to see this. So I want y'all to watch this video I'm about to show you. This video is about to show. I'm going to read it to y'all. Non-black man, a.k.a. white man, pummels 3 cops, flees the scene, unarmed, no shots fired, y'all. No shots fired. I'm about to play it for y'all. I want y'all to watch this. Look. Y'all see that? Watch it again. This is a white man fighting 3 cops. This is the next part in my series. That's gonna be like part. I think I'm on like part 44, part 45. That white man fought 3 cops. No shots fired. No nothing. We'd have been shot, like, I was about to give us a high number. I'm going to go with Sean's number. We'd have been shot about 6 or 7 times. That's insane
In
work.
a quarter mile, take the exit toward Wake Forest Road.
But I do got to go, y'all. I'm about to get up to my destination, man. I'm about to roll. I'm going to probably do another Car Chronicles because I got a road trip after this. Boy, I got a road trip for your ass this week. I'm gonna be in Chicago. Sunday. Well, I'm gonna be in Chicago.
Use the second from the left
lane. I'll be in Chicago
to turn
Friday.
left onto Wake Forest Road.
I'm gonna be in Chicago Friday till I think Monday.
Use the second from the left
I'm gonna be doing an interview at the school in Chicago. So if you're in the Chicago area and you wanna caller, hold on a second. If you're in the Chicago area, you got some crazy background noise. Hold on 1 second, caller. If you're in the Chicago area, I'm gonna be on Round Table of Truth with Captain Mawquad. So if you want to sit in with the interview, while we do the interview, you can come to the school. Just hit me up on. You can hit me up on my phone number. You can hit me up on IG. You can contact Round Table of Truth Mawquad. So if you're in the Chicago area, you can come and join us there. All right. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Shalom, my name is Mike. I'm calling from Fort Worth.
All right, you got a question or comment, brother?
Quick question. Yeah. Is there an ISUPK school in Dallas or in my area?
There is. Let me get you the number. All right? Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
469.
469
671
671
9634.
9634.
Yep.
All right, appreciate it, brother.
Hey, no sweat, brother. All right, no sweat. So peace. So again, I'm gonna be in Chicago Friday to Monday, and I'm gonna be on Round Table of Truth. Is that Knoxville, Tennessee that you're asking about? What's Nashville? Yeah. Is that Knoxville, Tennessee you're asking about? The number for Knoxville, Tennessee, the number you're going to call for that, the number you're going to call for Knoxville, 615-596-7713. That's 615 596-7713 is the number for Knoxville. So I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. Like I said, I'm probably doing another Car Chronicles because I'm about to be a road dog for the next couple of days. So y'all gonna keep me woke. I might do some debates live or do something. But until next time, Shalom, Israel.